Hey folks, I have your latest home prices and insights for York Region for week ending December 29th. These markets are on fire. Vaughan, Richmond Hill, Markham, they're so strong. The supply is this low, demand is this high. It's so easy and simple to sell a property, and that's where we're seeing sellers and realtors making mistakes. They believe they did well, they believe they maximized the sale, but they really didn't. Because it's so easy, they really didn't do as well as they could have, but they still feel they did well. We know the numbers. What we analyze behind us here, that's more general, broad terms. We go further and analyze the micro markets, and we have an excellent grasp on where prices should be, where homes should be selling at, and we can see that people have undersold. And this is the difference between hiring a really good realtor and maybe somebody who's not so well at what they're doing. Because people can sell right now and it's relatively easy, realtors make mistakes. Your realtor should really be doubling down on the marketing right now, should really be looking at ways to promote the home in its best possible light. There are way more buyers right now looking to buy. Supply demand is very imbalanced, very much in the seller's favor. It's not the time to be relaxed on the marketing. It's the time to really enhance and double down and really work hard at promoting the property. That's how you'll maximize the sale, and that's how you won't leave any money on the table and truly have a successful sale. Who you hire really does matter, especially in this market. Let's get into the numbers. If you have questions for us, want to talk to us about real estate, it's really simple. In the description below, there's a link to my calendar. Just book a time that's convenient for you. This way we'll know ahead of time when we're going to chat, and we'll make sure we're available and we'll discuss whatever's on your mind. Let's get into the numbers. Now, I should tell you, this week that we're talking about here for week ending December 29, it included Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day. Not a lot's going on real estate-wise on those days. And then it also included the holiday Monday and holiday Tuesday because Christmas and Boxing Day was on the weekend. So there's a whole bunch of days with very little activity. Brokerages, administration offices were closed, so not a lot of reporting was going on. All this to say, take these numbers with a grain of salt. Anything 1 or 2 weeks kind of around the holiday season, it's difficult to take those numbers as gospel that, hey, let's base our decision on that. So I'm going to go through the numbers, but keep that in mind. So here we have condos for York Region. We sold 27 condos. Well, 27 condos were reported for week ending December 29th, down from 43 the previous week. Average sold price sitting at $708,000, which hasn't changed much from the previous few weeks. The price of $708,000 is 23% higher than last year's average sold price. And of those 27, 52% sold at list price or more. Only 9 condos were listed during that week. It's not, it's obviously not a lot of people putting their condos on the market in the holiday week there. And months of inventory is sitting at 0.6. So based on what I said earlier about activity during the holiday season, it doesn't really look that condos was that much affected. Let's look at the detached market, and we're going to start off with Vaughan. The previous week we sold 30. The week that we're talking about now, week ending December 28th, we sold 8 detached properties. None of them were at $2 million or more, where the previous week had 12. And average sold price went from a little higher than $2.1 million to $1,570,000. Well, I can tell you, average sold price has not dropped that much. but it's basically based on the sales that were reported of the brokerages that actually reported something over that week. So only 8 sales for week ending December 29th, which puts us pretty close to where average sold prices were last year. We're only 5% higher. I say only. See, I'm caught up in the, got to be 15, 20, 30% higher. 5% would normally be a good year. But for this particular week, we're 5% higher than where we were last year. Of the 8 that were sold, half of them sold at list price or more. Only 7 detached properties were listed during that week of week ending December 29th. And based on supply and demand, based on how many we sold and how many are available for sale, months of inventory jumped way up to 2.2 months of inventory. We haven't seen that in a long, long time. All of last year, we haven't seen that. The previous week, we were sitting at 0.7. I imagine over the next couple of weeks, when the market normalizes and we're out of holiday mode, that's going to come, months of inventory is going to come way down again. Looking at Richmond Hill, we sold only 9 detached properties in Richmond Hill. So similar to Vaughan, however, Vaughan had no property selling at $2 million or more for that week. Well, Richmond Hill, out of the 9, 5 of them sold at $2 million or more. Average sold price is sitting at $2,191,000, which is 47% higher than last year's average sold price. Of the 9, 44% sold at list price or more. Only 11 properties were listed last week, and months of inventory has gone up to 2.3 months of inventory. Looking at Markham, we sold only 10 detached properties. So Vaughan, Richmond Hill, Markham, sales 8, 9, and 10 for Markham. 3 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price is $1,895,000, but we're looking at only 10 properties. $1,895,000 is 30% higher than last year's average sold price. Of the 10 that did sell, 60%, so 6 of those sold at list price or more. Only 11 properties were listed, detached properties were listed in Markham last week, and months of inventory has gone up to 1.8. When we look at the overall months of inventory, it went up for every sector. The condos didn't go up that much. It's still sitting at 0.6, but Vaughan, Richmond Hill, and Markham went way up. Months of inventory went way up, but it's not a normal, typical week. I can't stress enough not to take these numbers as so serious. Use them for informational purposes only, but it was not a typical week. And you might see some adjustments on those when I go back in and kind of look at after brokerages really report everything that happened. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.